How badly have road trips been affected in Nigeria? Road travel is our conversation this morning. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0007. 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0007. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. Now, the fact that you don't have a WhatsApp enabled device doesn't mean that you cannot join us in this conversation. Please, you can send a text to us 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. Once again, the WhatsApp number is 0809 030 6416. Message here is from Dan Hope in D-Line. Say, Jude, you were just replaying the good old days when the fear of kidnapping was not there. I traveled so much by road during my NYSC days, and it was so much fun. I came back to Port Harcourt from Abuja on Saturday, and I was exhausted because major parts of the road were bad and most parts were under repair. So there was so much diversion. Dan Hope from D-Line. Let me just add that since I was a small boy, the East-West Road has always been under construction. Haba! The work no dey finish. Dan Hope, your question is the billion-dollar question that Nigeria has not been able to answer in over 40 years. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. It doesn't make sense. And yes, I agree with you that maybe I was sounding a lot nostalgic, but then that's the reality that we grew up in. Back in school in Benin, we could jump up. You know, if somebody would send us a call, oh boy, party day, we would leave Benin at 4 o'clock in the evening. There was still you were very certain by the time you get to those days a Degbe line or Humber line, right? You will find a bus going to Lagos at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, sometimes even 6 o'clock in the evening. You will find a willing driver to go to Lagos at that point in time. 4, 5, 6, enter Lagos. We'll go run the party. We'll not get money, but you know how boys were those days. All of us together. This is to go to Lagos from Benin back then on Edegbe line was 1,250 naira because Edegbe line had steeds. They will give you ticket. You put your name and go where to go. 1,250 naira from Edegbe line. So yeah, I agree. Maybe I'm sounding nostalgic, but then it was the things that we afforded. Henry here says, good morning. Road travel is now become the only way, but sadly, it is the most painful way for most Nigerians to move around. It's not just that the roads are not good, it's the fact that the road transport is so expensive. Imagine having to wait for nearly 6 months for some people to go to their part of this country just because they don't have the money to see their family. Road travel still remains the only way for some, but the government is not trying. Let them at least fix the road. We'll go manage the money, Henry is saying. Let them at least fix the roads, but, so twofold. One is the expense of traveling. To get a bus now to Lagos cost about 40,000. Imagine if somebody's salary is 70,000 naira in Port Harcourt, and you have a speaking engagement or you have an interview to go to Lagos. or your family is in Lagos. So that means you basically use more than your salary to just travel to Lagos. You see how it is now for people to travel by road. And guess what? We're getting closer to the busiest time of the year in terms of road travel, at least historically. That is historically. Anyway, we'll take a quick break where we'll come back more on our conversation on roads. I hope when we do come back, somebody or those of you who traveled over the weekend by road to Warri or Benin or Umahia or Weri can tell us your experience. Hopes used to be one of Nigeria's favorite pastime. It was, as you'd expect, the means and probably one of the best times when people get to meet and socialize with people from other parts